best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. A heart so true, our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all.
Hey guys, so for our Comp 150 class, we put together a public argument on Pokemon and religion.
Hold on. What? That doesn't make any sense. What do religion and Pokemon have anything in common?
It's not what they have in common, it's what they don't have in common, which has created a very controversial issue among many religious societies.
Like who?
Like Saudi Arabia's Higher Committee for Scientific Research in Islamic Law is one of them, or Christian bloggers or Christian priests, those who follow.
But why would the general public care?
Why would they care? What do you mean?
Would this argument about Pokemon and the effect on religion be towards an older audience?
Why would our grandparents care about pocket monsters?
I don't know. I'm just like... So it's aimed toward a younger audience.
Yes and no. Younger as in when Pokemon was consumed by our audience when they were younger. But we are trying to get at the first generation players who fell in love with Pokemon to follow it all the way through to the 5th generation.
Okay. So what you're saying is those who started with Charmander
Mm-hmm.
and those who ended with Tepig?
Yeah, so college-age students and late high schoolers. You know, those who grew up using a Game Boy Pocket, moved to a Game Boy Color, to a Game Boy Advance, to a Game Boy SP, then to a DS, DS Lite, Nintendo 3DS. You know, classic Nintendo.
Holy game consoles, Zubat! But why would they care? Wouldn't the parental units who raised them have more to say about what type of technology was consumed growing up?
Which is why we actually have two audiences. Those who grew up playing and those parents who both have children. Those parents who both have children now and our own parents.
Wait. What are we arguing again?
That Pokemon, while we love the game and the cartoon series, goes against religion by not following scripture and promoting unhealthy attitudes in the consumers, which leads to religiously unethical behavior, like gambling.
Oh, so let's sink into our viewers at home.
You mean let's let that sink into our viewers at home?
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da, a poke at religion.
Pokemon tutorial. So just to make sure that our viewers know what we are talking about, I will teach you how to play Pokemon. First, you power up your console. Press the power button to do so. Then press start at the menu. You are now entering the world of Pokemon. Now before you start the game, you need to fill in some credentials. First by picking your gender, male or female, and then by naming yourself. After this, you have this long and non-meaningful talk with this old professor guy who teaches you to catch Pokemon, explains his research, gives you a Pokemon, some Pokeballs, a Pokedex, and a lot of random crap that no one is really sure what its purpose is.
Now what?
Stay away from the tall grass, because wild Pokemon will attack you. Once you catch your first Pokemon, which will now be your second Pokemon, you may proceed to the next town. Then it's time to hit the Poke Center, and there you will meet Nurse Joy. Once giving her your Pokeballs, you will hear and never forget that signifying that your Pokemon are healed and you can go on your way to the gym. But this gym isn't like any rec center. This gym holds the region's leader, who is considered the best Pokemon master for that town with a particular type of Pokemon. The only way of defeating this gym leader is with the Pokemon you should have trained. After defeating said gym leader and receiving the gym's badge, which is your proof of victory, now it's not really all that easy defeating the gym leader, and this may take you a couple of times to either strengthen your Pokemon or most likely choose another type of Pokemon for that gym. This strategy is handy because each gym leader has a set of different type of Pokemon, either water, fire, earth, normal, poison, ghost, psychic, dragon, and the list goes on and on and on and...
And here's where we get back on topic. With the different types of Pokemon, certain symbols are connected with each type. And according to the Islamic study of people, these symbols went against the Islamic region by portraying symbols related to other religions. The Saudi Arabian authorities believe that the six-pointed star parallels the nation symbol of Zionism and the State of Israel. While the similarities are apparent, the game and TV shows are aimed toward a younger audience and were originally created in Japan, which has no direct ties to Zionism or the State of Israel. In 2001, Saudi Arabia's Higher Committee of Scientific Research and Scientific Law issued the fatwa, or religious verdict, that stated Pokemon is un-Islamic. Saudi Arabia's Mufti, or high priest, warned Muslim parents to beware of this game. He urged parents to prevent their children from playing with Pokemon cards in games in order to protect their religion and manners. Speaking of manners, can you excuse me? I'll be right back. Who's that Pokemon? It's a sleigh. Dun 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 dun. Sleigh.
According to Bible.com, the author of What Does the Bible Say About the Dangers of Pokemon Fascination states that since Pokemon is short for pocket monsters, instead of the game painting monsters as dark and unwanted shadows, it portrays them as friendly and puts Pokemon in the limelight, which is not what the connotation of monsters refers to. Another point that the author makes is that the game was originally created in Japan, and the concepts of the game and trading cards reflects on the Eastern religions and philosophies that influenced them.
I don't see what is wrong with trying to understand a different culture.
It's not that. It's that the Eastern religions are not compatible with Christianity.
Like what?
Like Buddhist mysticism, Hinduism, meditation rituals, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Book of Tao, the Intellects of Confucius, the Gita, the I Ching, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and Shintoism.
Oh, right. If I recall, Shintoism believes in evolution and in reincarnation, which are ideas manifested in Pokemon. Look at this guy. The guy also argues that Pokemon is a cult-like, and that spirit guides that are used in the game of Pokemon encourage children to practice with witchcraft. Well stated earlier, there is a type of Pokemon called Dark, but not Light.
That is true. The Christians and the Islamic peoples have similar ideas. Remember how the Islamic did not like Pokemon because it encouraged gambling? Well, according to Bible.com, the trading aspect of the card game, and even on the Game Boy game, is unhealthy for children because it drives the need for competition. This fosters the trait of greed, combativeness, extreme competitiveness, and obsessiveness, which are all non-Christian traits. God bless you, by the way.
And with competition comes the idea of fighting against other people. This idea is especially seen in the villain group team called Team Rocket. This organization in the game is represented as the bad guy, stealing Pokemon, people's identities, awards, and making weapons of mass destruction. These actions are represented as bad influences on the viewers and make it another reason why parents, especially Christian parents, are not fond of the Pokemon game.
Prepare for trouble.
And make it double.
To protect our children from Pokenation.
To unite all people in Poke creation.
To denounce the ideals from up above.
To express our mind to the ones we love.
Sam. Team Rocket blasting off in the speed of light.
Surrender now, we're prepared to fight.
Team Rocket, that's right.
Andrew Silo Carroll, an editor-in-chief of New York Jewish News, thinks that instead of banning Pokemon game cards from the school environment, teachers should use them to their advantage in teaching economics and money handling to their younger target audience. Andrew states that the cards could serve as an introduction to the concept of anawa, or just price. Rabbinic law codes are strict about preventing overcharging. Andrew also talks about how his son and his son's friends learned how to trade civilly while in synagogue. According to Andrew, the young boys were learning how to be moral human beings.
And there's the bright side of Pokemon. My parents had me explain to them what Pokemon was. My mom thought that the Pokemon died and we killed them, but I explained to her that the Pokemon fainted and then you can revive them.
Well, viewers, unfortunately we're completely out of time. We're done with finals.
And off to summer.
Enjoy your summer.
And remember to try and catch 'em all.
Bye.
Bye, Ashley.
Bye, Ashley.